And I showed him it. I said, thank God. I said, it's on your uscourts.gov website, that it's not some Fremantle, Montana website. I said, because this is your website. I said, so I throw this at these people, saying it's a federal court, not a United States District Court. I said, because every time you say United States District Court, that was like created like in 1938 or something like that. I said, that's a new creation, and it's administrative, and it does, like U.S. citizens and persons like Coca-Cola could sue there. So I said, in the common law court, Coca-Cola can't sue in the common law court because only man has rights. Coca-Cola has duties and privileges, and they're chartered. I said, a man can move a common law. Coca-Cola can't. Coca-Cola has to appear in a code court because they were established based on some sort of codes. I said, I wasn't created under a code. And that's what I said to them. I said, look, I said, a code. I said, like they said, the marshals obviously didn't know. But I said, do you actually know where the codification of the codes come from? I said, what branch of the government codifies the public law? And he was like, I don't know. I said, well, no branch of the government codifies public law. I said, it's a private publishing corporation called Thompson's out of Canada. They come down and they read the public law. They unroll the public law in a Library of Congress vault, and they interpret the public law, and they codify it. They create a code out of it. So now if they're misinterpreting the public law, what am I going to do? Sue Thompson's, the publishing company who actually creates the United States Code? I said, that's where our codes come from. A publishing company comes down from Canada, goes to the Library of Congress, opens up their vault, rolls out the parchment paper that all the congressmen signed, that's a public law, and they read it. And they interpret it, and they make our code for us. Isn't that lovely? I said, so I'm going to hope that some Canadian guy got it right. I said, this is ridiculous. I don't move under code, but Coca-Cola and Pepsi has to. Not me. So if they try to move a code before you, you tell them, you know what, that's a code. You know what, you bring the law before the court. Because you can only move it if the law is before the court, not a code. Bring the law. Good luck with that. Good luck with bringing the law before the court, because what you're bringing is a code that was written by Thompson's, the publishing company. They codify the public law. So I said, why in God's name would I want to operate under a code that some Canadian guy wrote? What happened to the Canadian guy said, let's make a typo here. Let's put an extra comma or a period or let's put this in uppercase and lowercase. Let's just mess with people. What am I going to do? Sue a publishing company in Canada? And that's ridiculous. So if you want to be controlled by a code world, you just go right ahead. I just stand in common law all the time. And I said, once we turn into a code world, I told the marshals, I said, oh, well, I said, I'll be a good little code citizen. And I said, the rest of my family lives in Germany and France still. They're not all sitting in jail. They're not in a FEMA camp over there. They're doing fine. I said, I'll do fine over here, too. I can live in a code world. I said, I'm a good guy. I said, I just like living in a common law country. And I said, I'm doing my best to keep it common law. So, like I said, it's always best to use their websites. So, use the U.S. court's websites. Because it says federal, federal, federal. Like I said, my dad just died. His name is Rudolph Karl Lentz. My name is Karl Rudolph Lentz. Just because the names kind of sound the same and kind of the words are kind of arranged in kind of a similar manner, we're two totally different persons. I can't be held liable for his nonsense, and he can't be held liable for my nonsense. So you can't possibly tell me the federal court and the United States District Court is the same person. That's ridiculous. The federal court has a whole bunch of different rules. That it was established under the Article 3 of the Constitution. The United States District Courts were created in 1938. So what are we talking about here, people? There's two different, like that's my great-great-grandpappy named federal court. You know, I'm the son. I'm the United States District Court. I'm the great-great-grandson of the federal court, but we're not the same person. We're not the same entity. So don't try to tell me you're the same and you move by the same rules. You don't. One moves under code, and one moves under the Article 3 of the Constitution. Moves under the rules of the Constitution. So a private court does not have to give you any constitutional rights. When you walk in the United States District Court, they can say, what constitutional rights? You're in the wrong court. They're not going to tell you they're in the wrong court. They're going to say, you ain't got no constitutional rights here. What are you talking about? You got a code claim? You want to make a claim? You want to make a civil rights complaint under a code? That we'll hear. But it's like I said to them, they didn't know what to do. They said, you're making a claim. They're like, yeah. It's like, we don't know what buttons to hit on our computer. We don't have, like, buttons on our computer for claims. We don't have buttons on our computer for complaints. I tape recorded that man, William, talking to me from the clerk of the court's office. He says, I have to put you under Title 42. He says, there's no other title that you fit under. I said, I don't want to be codified under some code that some Canadian company created. It's a Canadian company created that title code number. I said, well, it's like, well, that's software we have on this computer. We have to put you in under Title 42 somewhere. I said, that's ridiculous. Keep me in the federal court. I said, don't try to get me in to go into a United States District Court. It won't work because that's a complaint side of the court. I'm filing on the claim side of the court. He said, well, I don't know what to do. I said, sir, the best thing to do then is to do nothing. I said, if you don't know what to do, just let the defendants answer my claim. If they don't answer it, then I'll tell you just to sign the orders and send them back to me. I said, it's just a claim, sir. It's not a complaint. Because that's what's great about dealing with a federal court is if you get an order for $300 gazillion, the U.S. Marshals will go carry it out for you. If you get an order in a county court or a state court, you got to figure out how you're going to collect the judgment. You could file like a writ of debt and try to go get a writ of attachment and try to go get the sheriff's department to go carry it out for you. But with a federal court, it's great. You just hand it over to the federal marshals and they'll go carry it out for you. You don't have to try to figure out once a judgment comes from a federal court. They already have a way to execute the orders. The marshals will go out and do it for you.